This video is about the planet Mars, and its Sanskrit name is Mangal. The other names of Mars or Mangal are Angaraka, which means red in color, because the planet Mars is pure red in color, just like the color of blood. He's shown as somebody with a red face. He has 4 arms. He is carrying a trident, which is a trishula, which is something like what you would have seen in Shiva's photograph, and various other weapons. And he's mounted on a ram. This is how Mars looks like. Pretty red, 4 arms, strong build, color like the color of blood, and weapons in all his arms, and he's seated on a ram. As far as the origin or birth of Mars is concerned, the ancient scriptures describe when Lord Shiva was in meditation at Mount Kailash. 3 drops of perspiration came on his forehead and fell down on earth, and from these drops of perspiration a beautiful infant was manifested, who was red and who had 4 arms. The child was then handed over to the goddess Earth, and she's the one who raised this child and brought him up. And since Mars or Mangal was raised by the goddess Earth, the child was named Bhauma. Bhauma is the word which is coming from Bhumi. Bhumi means earth. So this is how Mars got this name. So Mars has pretty much different names. Mangal is one name. Angaraka, which means red in color, is another name, and then another name is Bhauma. And then when Mangal or Mars grew up, he did a penance to please Lord Shiva, and then Lord Shiva blessed him by granting him the statushood of a planet. Basically, Mars or Mangal is shown as a warrior. He's a fighter, and when you start to read charts, Vedic charts of people, the placement of Mars is going to give an indication of what kind of professions that person would be, because Mars is associated with being a warrior. Mars gives professions related to the police force, the military, and the kind of professions where physical strength is of utmost importance. Mars definitely is a malefic, and when we talk about its guna, it is definitely a guna which is not rajas or sattva, but it is tamas. So Mars is a tamasic planet. He rules over 2 signs like the other planets, and the signs which Mars rules is Aries and Scorpio. Aries being the first zodiac, and Scorpio being the 8th zodiac sign. It is friendly to Sun, Moon, and Jupiter. However, he is not friendly at all to Mercury, and well, with Venus and Saturn as well, not so friendly. But with Mercury, it's really inimical. So the signification of Mars or Mangal is, as I've already told you, is people who require a lot of physical energy, people who are in authority, who are warriors, who are fighters, the police force, the army, the military, so on and so forth. Um, Mars also rules over blood. Since it's the color of blood, it's but natural that we can associate it with blood, and also with the muscles of the body. So people who are well built and have muscles, you will generally see that they have a good Mars placement in their Vedic birth chart. So Mars is about energy, physical energy, strength, um, blood, muscles, so on and so forth. Um, of course, when Mars or Mangala is not favorable or auspicious in somebody's chart, then of course that drive, that physical energy, the confidence, the strength is diminished, and he tends to sometimes also lose his temper very early, and very soon rather, and he becomes very impulsive at times, and uh, he cannot be trusted um, with his physical energy, his ego, his self-confidence, his drive, his energy, so on and so forth. So it is extremely crucial that one has a very well placed Mars in his birth chart, just so that his body is good, his strength is there, his energy is there, he has self-confidence, and we talk about certain characters who are very adventurous, and that's one of the things which Mars gives. And then where Mars is placed, what ascendant is ruling somebody's chart, whether it is ruled by Mars or not, also determines the kind of a characteristic you will see in that person while you read his chart. So this ends our description of Mars. By the way, Mars, of course, we have discussed the color is red, but the gemstone of Mars is red coral. Coral is an element which comes from coral reefs beneath the sea, and red coral is representative of Mars. Mars' direction is south, and the element is fire, because Mars is ruled by the god, the Vedic god Agni, which is also fire. So this ends our description of Mars, and we will discuss another planet in our coming video.